Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for stopping by. My name is Judita and I make videos from Limbe in the southwest region of Cameroon. I make videos on faith, relationships and lifestyle in general.
This is my season.
And in today's video, we're going to be talking about marriage. Yes, we talk about marriage a lot on this channel, and I'll give you guys a disclaimer. So when I talk about marriage, I'm not trying to tell you to get married, or I'm not trying to tell you not to get married. I'm not trying to give you advice of any form because I'm not a marriage counselor, but then I'm just sharing my experience. Why am I sharing my experience? Because a lot of times in the past 6 years of me being married, this is my 6th year in marriage, there's a lot of times that I've been faced with a situation and I end up going to YouTube or going to any platform where there are videos and I watch maybe a pastor. Particularly I watch Pastor Kingsley and Pastor Mildred. They are both husband and wife, but they have a different way of talking about marriage and bringing it with the word of God, and it just helps to make me understand certain things. Like, for example, I can be going through a crisis in my marriage in terms of maybe I have a character problem or I have something that I'm dealing with that I want to really work on, and I'll go to their channel and I'll check a video and I'll see they have shared their experience. And when they share their experience, you see flawed people who have worked on their flaws, and it makes you feel better. It makes you feel like, oh, this is something that is workable, like you can work on. It's not like I'm abnormal. You know, sometimes you can be going through something in your marriage and you're feeling like, oh my God, am I the only one going through this? Like, am I horrible or what's happening? And you don't know that there are so many people who are doing excellently well in their marriages now, but then they went through the same thing that you are going through, and they would share probably how they worked on it and how they got out of it. So that's why I'm sharing my experience. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is, would I be advising a 21-year-old to get married? Seeing that I got married at the age of 21 and 6 years later, what do I think? Honestly, I will not never advise a 21-year-old to get married. Okay, that's my honest answer. But also, to shock you, I will not never advise a 21-year-old to not get married, because what's my own day? If you want to get married, get married. If you don't want to get married, don't get married. You guys, I'm saying this as if I'm joking, but it's true. I really think that if someone had said that, oh, don't get married because you're 21, the person would have done me wrong, like bad, because I'm doing fine. 5-6 years later, I'm doing fine. There's really nothing. I really just feel like the problem with this is, if you start thinking that, oh, maybe if I did not get married, I would have been doing this. Maybe if I did not get married, I would have been here. That's where there would have been a problem, because you are looking at the grass on the other side and you're thinking that it's greener than your grass. Meanwhile, your grass might be greener than the other person's grass. Okay, so I just think that I cannot advise somebody and say, oh, don't get married based on whatever, based on my experience or other people's experience. I cannot. And I can also say, oh, go and get married, you should get married. Now, I can only tell you the good sides and the bad sides. I can only tell you my experiences. I can only tell you my challenges. I can only tell you my upsides. I can tell you the exciting moments. I can be very vulnerable and tell you, oh, this is what I went through. There were times when I felt like, oh, did I make the right decision? Yes, there were times like that. There were times when I felt like, oh my God, look at my friends are doing this. What am I doing here? Why am I married? There were times like that, but I cannot like point blank tell you, oh, get married at 21. Oh, don't get married at 21. Because honestly, it doesn't matter when you get married. Even if you get married at, let's say, 31, you get married at 31, it doesn't mean that because you're older in terms of age, in terms of the number, it doesn't mean you're wiser or more mature. Because I mean, there are people who are 31 and honestly, you have conversations with them and it's like, what are you saying? Like, what planet are you coming from? So for me, I don't think that it's about the age. It's about how mature you are in terms of your mind and how you can handle things, and your willingness to learn and grow, to understand the institution that you've entered. Because if you get into marriage with your mindset and with all of the things that we learn growing up, the society and everything, and then you get into it and you're seeing something else and you're not willing to adapt and willing to change and willing to learn and grow with your partner, then you just be stuck in your own idea and you just be stuck in a place that is not actually where you are. So you actually be finding a way now to get out. That's why you see that there's a lot of people getting married and people getting out of marriage. So yeah, that's my answer to the first question. I'm not going to advise anybody to get married or not get married. If you want to get married, invite me, I'll come and eat. If you don't want to get married, invite me for your birthday. I'll come and eat. Okay, so the next question is, if I were to go back to that age where I was when I was 21, would I still say yes to getting married? the thing is, if I were to go back to that age, which is something that cannot happen, if I like, it cannot happen and will not happen in Jesus' name, amen. But then, just to answer the question, like in terms of, to give it like context, okay, if I were to go back knowing what I know now, I think I would question the idea of marriage more. Like, I don't know, I just feel like God had planned it. Like I said a lot of times, I just feel like God made me not to be, I feel like God made me not to ask a lot of questions. He made me not to worry a lot about the idea of getting married. I just feel like God like had planned it somehow, because it's amazing. I was a very, like, I would say I was a talkative. Like, I would ask a lot of questions, I would say a lot of things. But when it came to this whole marriage issue, I was so at peace that I did not really question a lot of things. But I think, knowing what I know now, if I go back to that particular position, I would ask a lot of questions. I would ask myself, like, you're getting married, I have 5 francs, so they'll buy your dress, yeah, everything, the whole ceremony, everything, and then you go and still enter the house, no 5 francs. What are you doing? Like, no investment on your head after university graduation. So I think that's what I would ask that question, like. And I would really tell young ladies, especially, before getting married, you should at least, or be in the process of, like, maybe getting experience career wise, trying to find what is your, not even career wise, and not even work, not even money, like purpose, trying to, because when you discover your purpose, when you have a vision, there's going to be provision for your vision, okay. I was watching a video yesterday, and a pastor explained this, and it was just so profound. He said that when you have a vision and you're looking at the vision, there's going to be provision for that vision. And that's, he said, you take out the pro from the vision, that providing, that pro is going towards the vision, because you see the vision. But when you don't see any vision, you don't know where you're going to as a young lady, and you're getting married, like, it might be difficult for you to stand on your feet. Like, if that makes sense, it might be difficult. So the only thing I can say is, you should have a vision, like, know yourself. And honestly, I would not also say that you should miss out on the man of your dreams simply because you have not yet seen vision, simply because you don't yet know what your purpose is, simply because you don't know what it is you should be doing with your life, because you can always find that out on the journey. For me, I think that I've always been walking in the same path of just, I've always been walking on the same path, but then a lot of things have been solidified like in the later years of, like, after 4 years in marriage, okay. Like, in the last 2-3 years, a lot of things about me have been solidified. I'm like sitting comfortably into who I am now. But then everybody, like, there are people who find themselves at 30, like, honestly. So you'll not say, because I never find myself, hey, I'm not getting married. What if the perfect man comes when you're not yet seeing what you should be seeing, when you're not yet having that clarity? And the truth is, there's a lot of pressure on people now to find what their vision is, to find who they are, to understand their purpose. And because of the pressure, you actually sometimes don't see clearly. And because of peer pressure, like, everybody is talking about purpose, everybody is talking about, I found myself, I'm loving the woman I've become. Like, you now, in your sacred place, you're just so pressured from within. You feel like you're behind. So you don't, because when there's so much pressure to do something, you end up not even being able to do it as well as you should have done it if there wasn't that pressure. So yeah, I think that we should just all just be calming down, okay, and accept the blessing of God. If the man comes when you have not found the vision, when you have not found the purpose, just keep praying about it, and keep working on it. And I think that's the work that parents have to do. We need to not make our daughters to just grow up seeing only marriage ahead, seeing only after school, after graduating from the university, oh, you go and get married. I mean, I know a lot of us, like, somebody like, for me, I know that my father was like, hey, this one is going to do a master's, after master's she'll do PhD, after PhD she'll do, there another level. So there are some of us that actually, our parents were actually looking at us in that direction. They will just come and shock them now and instead of a marriage. But then I think that more parents should raise their girls in that with the knowledge of, oh, I have to find my purpose, I have to be financially independent, I have to, yeah. So I hope I've answered that question. So when it comes to my growth, I think that I have grown a lot. Honestly, I cannot really talk about my growth without acknowledging the fact that I had so much help and support and understanding from my husband, because, man, like, there were times when I'll make a decision on Monday, and on Wednesday I'm changing the decision. Like, I was just, I was just really too back and forth like on decisions. That was one of my biggest problem. I'd have brilliant ideas. I've always been like a very what's the word, I've been an asset from the mind in terms of my ideas, in terms of the support that I was giving. But then when it comes to my like my own personal side, in terms of my own growth, my vision, my purpose, what I want to do, I've always been in between. Like I'm always, no, I had always, not anymore, okay. I've moved from that level. Yeah, so I think that I have grown so much. I've grown financially as well. I'm now making money, okay, not as much as, not up to half of what I would have loved to be making, but I'm making money. And at least for the past 1-2 years I've been making money. The first 4 years I was just living the baby girl life, getting pregnant and born, okay. That's what I was doing. But I've grown to like understand a lot of things, and I've just grown into who I want to be and who I'm sure that I am. And I have now more confidence in the things that I can do, the things that I know I should do, and the things I know I shouldn't do. And I've also grown spiritually. I've also grown a community, and yeah, all of that. So that's what I had to share with you guys in this video. Is there something you want to know? Is there a question that you want me to answer that I didn't answer in this video? I'm willing to make another video, okay? I'm willing to talk about it. So leave your comments in the comment section and I'll definitely reply with another video. Or you can send me an email on ononojudita@gmail.com, or you can write me on Instagram jd_speaks, or you can write me through my WhatsApp contact. I'm not going to leave it on the screen. It's in the description box because I've spoken about it in so many different videos. So you can write me on WhatsApp if you are interested. The link, my Instagram, my email, my WhatsApp number for my YouTube channel is in the description box, so you can contact me through all of that. Thank you guys for watching, and please do more subscribe. Bye.